I just wanna vibe. Oh, Lord, lives.
Power 95, where music lives. The views expressed in the following program aren't necessarily those of Power 95. Ladies' Room comes to you compliments of Renwick and Thompson Limited at Beacon Insurance.
Always be sure you settle for more. Get up to 35% off Beacon's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they are prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
Here we are back in the room for today, Wednesday, January 17th. Is it me or it just feels like there's a lot going on, trying to cover a lot of grounds. There's a lot happening as, the vibe intensifies for our independence celebration. They're throwing out these events fast and furious, so it's like a movie. Fast and Furious. What number is it? 10? Anyways, come on in, guys. Good morning, everybody. If you're listening to us via radio, good morning. And if you're listening to us online, let me just share this. Yeah, if you're listening to us online, good morning to you. Are you here in the room on Facebook? It's so good of you to join us. So, like I said, there's a lot going on. Grenada is the place to be. Grenada is a place to be for the next couple of weeks. Akeem, nothing good about this morning. I heard y'all are cold up the road. And you've opened the window and that breeze is coming down the road. Normally around December, that's when you feel that little chill. But for some reason, it seems as though you guys decided to open it in January. And it's a bit chilly. But here comes Mel, also cold. Good morning. Good morning, Lisa. I got you. Good morning, Anasha. How are you? Happy Wednesday morning, Marianne. Good morning. Jacqueline, how are you? Where is Shantae? She's on the other side looking at there's also the press conference for the Up From Here concert. I probably have to listen to it later on in the day because it's hard to. I was trying to follow up, but it's hard to. But for the most part, I think it's gonna be a good one. All local cast, all things Grenadian. I think it's gonna be super, super good, and maybe we can speak to the folks at some point. To get our own understanding of the chain of events that's leading up to it. Rosalind says it's freezing in North Carolina. It looks as though it's freezing everywhere. Places that's usually warm, they're complaining of being cold. Some of my friend in Texas talking about being cold. Some of my friend in Florida also talking about it being cold. It's cold everywhere. Morning, Ardon, Kujo, Rajesh, good morning. Valerie, good morning. Jackie, what? Weather for whatever, Jada. Listen, whatever. You know where you left it, so you can come get it, right? Yeah, global warming is real. I saw my friend complaining in Texas, and they're usually running around warm, talking about it's cold, like cold. I'm like, wow. Imagine that. Who would have thought? Yeah, folks in Florida as well complaining about it being cold. Island Daddy, what up, man? Good morning. Soft Spice George, good morning. Everybody that's powered up, good morning. Hold on. Did I share this? Listen. Anyways, so we're gonna work with what we have. There's a lot happening. So good morning, Nikita. Good morning to all listeners on radio. If you're on the job and you're powered up, good morning. Happy to know that you guys are always here. Send me a death certificate so I can run down for the 50. I don't have any death certificates. Thank you, the Lord. I don't know anybody who died recently. Well, I knew, but that might be too late. They've been laid to rest already. Where is Shantae this morning? Thank you, Jackie, for taking the initiative. Yeah, they're all over the place. They're elsewhere. That's one thing with y'all. Y'all have no sense of loyalty. So when there's other things happening elsewhere, you know what I'm gonna do? When I don't see them, I'm gonna start ignoring them when they decide to come back when there's nothing else happening elsewhere. I'm gonna do that. I'm seriously gonna do that. No, seriously. Good morning, Lindy. When nothing else is happening elsewhere, I'm gonna do that. When they come back, I'll see them coming in and I'll just pass over their names like nothing. Morning, Anushka. Of all the names, why you decided what the F was a name to put as your social media? Anyways, the whole lot of you in that family crazy, so forget it. January, there's tornado, volcano eruptions, flooding, storms. I've never heard of that. You know? Yeah, listen, Johnson Robert, good morning. If you want to talk loyalty, do not attach Grenadian's name nowhere near loyalty. Y'all go wherever the breeze blow. Whatever is trending at that, at that particular time, that's where y'all go. Listen, if you had a want out forever, I still know where to find you because you're very active in social media. Morning, Maureen. Morning. So for those of you who will be coming home for the 50th, what are you guys looking forward to the most apart from eating all down? And I know I'll probably get stoned for this, but I rather brown down every day than oil down or a nice pilau. Oil down just seems to shut down all your organs. I could never eat oil down and be functional after and be like, mind you, I enjoy it when I have it because if you get a good plate of oil down, like a Tony oil down, like a guy who makes the oil down here, you get a good plate of oil down. But it just makes you so like Kizzy, Miss Kizzy, you get the message. You come here talking about good morning. Okay. As you were. As I was saying, what is the shock faces about? Listen, I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that way. Christelle, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I saw Glendolyn commenting elsewhere too. I'm taking notes of those who I'm seeing elsewhere. I'm just playing. But yeah, oil down is like so rich and it's a lot of starch because you have breadfruit, you have dumpling, you have like dasheen, some people put yam, you put fig, some people put sweet potato. Did I say breadfruits? A whole lot of starch, right? And then with the coconut milk and all the other ingredients, the seasoning and the pumpkin and the okra and callaloo and the different 50 different meats, it really, really, really makes your system tired. It's like every time we eat oil down, our system is like, oh my God, here we go again. Why y'all doing this? It's like a lot. So oil down is something you have to, when you eat it, you have nothing else to do. There's no, yes, I like brown down. There's nothing else to do. You don't have to go back to work. You don't have to lift nothing. You eat, and then when that particular thing takes you, you go to sleep. It's a lot. But there are folks who wouldn't trade it for the world. There are people who could eat that oil down every single day. Jacqueline, when is that? What date are you looking at, Jacqueline? Bertel Fletcher, good morning, Lindy. Some people make soup and call it oil down. Mr. Cador, what is the eyes about? What do you come here giving eyes right about? You're a governor general or something? That's good. It's gonna bring it in February. No, seriously. I eat it, but in small doses. Like how some people literally eat oil out every week. I can't. I really, really can't. It's like you're walking around and you're feeling like somebody's thumping you in your stomach. It's no, no, Jacqueline, not here. You know where to find me to do that. Anywho's, so like I said, there's a lot happening. Saw the flyer release for Up From Here concert featuring a total local cast. Everybody, all man and their brother, is gonna be local. We have the gospel concert on Sunday, also featuring local cast and free for all. So there's a lot of activities and events that you can partake in. And I was playing the song from the Flying Turkey this morning, and it's a song that we ever so often we need to listen to because it resonates deeply. The message hits home time after time. Because even now you're seeing, the division, you're feeling that energy. And to me, I am of the strong belief that there is a time and place for everything under the sun. And I'm of the belief that this time is for us to forget about whose color you're supporting, what party you're supporting, and just merge the colors together. Merge the three colors together. And let's just show that sense of pride and patriotism for this rock we call home. Because y'all don't seem to understand how much of a gem we have. It's like some of y'all just pretend not to understand, or for whatever reasons you just prefer not to be ignorant. But imagine, remember Monday I was talking about the event with this dude from Trinidad, this artist, right? And the flyer, apparently CNC3 News in Trinidad got their hands on the flyer. And I was reading some of the comments under it. And those folks were, over 100 plus comments. And they were literally praising Grenadians for maintaining peace and stability and not having all these murders and crime, that it's almost like a norm over there. People are just shooting each other, just ammunition everywhere. People are being found, and young men just taking each other out. They were literally saying, hey, y'all don't understand what you've got going on. So it's important that you really preserve your little rock, protect your little rock. And as much as we have, the wrangling here and the pulling and tugging there, if you were to pay attention, we don't even have to go far, just around the region. Trinidad is like what, 30, 40 minutes away. And just go on to any of their news sites and you'll see it for yourself. Yeah? Go on to any of their sites, you'll see it for yourself. Little St. Vincent, St. Lucia. Y'all don't understand. Sometimes I think y'all just get up and just be like, you know what? Let me see what problems I can cause today. And not be grateful that you really don't need to cause problems. We've got a gem of a rock. Could be better. Nobody's disputing that. As in everything else, room for lots of improvement. And as we celebrate our 50th, hopefully we can get, move to that next level, because it's time to move to other levels. We're not looking to move to other levels and create new devils. Nope. We want to make sure everybody's on point and we're going, Marsha, good morning. I was talking to my auntie about you. She loves you. She was like, I could just come onto to read your comments, and I go straight to the comment section to look for this guy called Marisho to see what he has to say. I'm like, forget him. If you see him in public, butter can't even melt in his mouth. But on Facebook, trust me, it's two different. Facebook really brings out, sides of people that they don't possess in real life. He's just like in a little corner doing his little dance, enjoying himself, but he's not loud and but it's good vibes, man. Anyways, So somebody was, yes, Mr. Terrence Wells, you come back. I need to send you back where you come out. I saw you too. Morning, Terrence. So Nafisia, two American reasons. Yeah, yeah. It's time for the to for us to unify. And I don't know how we all be talking about patriotism in one breath, and on the other hand, part of the pulling and tugging and cursing and fighting, and it's too much. Kem Simeon, good morning. How are you? Good to see you back here. Doobie is scarce as money these days. Big of yourself though. Morning, Sonata. Morning, Shauna. Shout out to our folks out there in the US and in Canada. Like thing would say in Canada. Good morning. Heard you guys are super cold. So trying our best to warm you all up. Not only him and that, the problem I have with the authority put strong measures in place because they're seeing a surge in gun violence. And I don't think it's cute to bring such influence on our shores. And that is another program I wanna, hopefully get into in terms of, because I saw a teacher yesterday saying, when you see adults applauding and saying, "Oh, y'all don't go anywhere," and leave people to do their own thing and yada yada yada. But if they were to come into the school system and see, the behavior of young men, how defiant they are, and they're listening to these songs and they're acting out on these songs, we'll have a completely different story. As old people would say, we'll be singing a different Sankey, because lots of people seem to think that, okay, because it's not in front of me, that is not happening. But like that teacher said, if some of you were to come into the classrooms and see what teachers face every day, students up in your face, talking in your face, and going head to head with you every day, and not listening to instructions, blatantly ignoring instructions, y'all be singing a different song. And these are some of the songs and people that they listen to and emulate, and putting up signs and finger and gun finger and all sorts of nonsense. We're always proactive. We're always reactive. We're never proactive. We always wait until something happened, and then we come with the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and if we did this and if we did that. And we never wait. We always wait until something happens. We need to be more proactive instead of reactive. Because God forbid something were to happen, then everybody will, oh, why the authorities didn't do this? Why this person didn't do that? Why who did? Always after the fact. At the end of the day, parents and teachers are under serious pressure. When you went to school back in the day, you respected your teacher. But then our teachers were like, they were almost like the age of our mothers, like of our parents. So you wouldn't dare talk back. You wouldn't bear, even if you felt away in your mind, you'll be rolling your eyes, you'll be sucking your teeth in your mind, not in front of them, or not sizing up any teacher. Or if a teacher gives you something to do, say, no, I'm not doing it, or bluntly refusing to do it. What? When and how? But to some, hey, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. So we can't wait until the horse bolts from the stable and then want to run after it, run it down to put it back inside. And the horse gone with the wind. You could run to catch up with the horse. So we have to decide, do we want, this one's about monkey know a tree to climb. Do we want what's best for our country, or our own selfish reasons? That is the question. That is the question. Do we really want the best for Iraq? Or we want the best for a political party that we support? Or is it really about country, or is it more about party? Some of you really need to sit and have your conversation with yourself regarding that, because some of the things I see y'all posting and saying, it's a conflict of interest. It's not adding up. It's not adding up at all. It's like you say one thing, and then tomorrow you say another thing. It's either you're for country or you're not. Say, because parents now want to be in the same band with their children. Do you think that's one of the reasons? I mean, no, I always say, you know what? I wish, and sometimes I say, I wish I had like that sort of relationship growing up where you see parents are like friends with their kids. But on the other hand, I'm like, you know what? maybe that's not so much of a good thing, because unless you maintain boundaries and you understand, hey, I'm parent to your child, because we were taught to fear. I'm not sure that is a good thing. We were fearful and respectful, but now these kids, they don't fear nobody and they respect nobody. I remember my up to this day, if I see this man, I'm still like my primary school Mr. Lord. For those who remember Mr. Lord at St. Andrew's RC School, Mr. Lord was like, you when you saw him coming, you were like, you didn't do anything when you were already wetting your pants. Like you were afraid. But it's not a bad thing to be friendly with your children, because that way you have a safe space where you can talk to them, where they can talk to you, be open about whatever is going on. But at the same time, like I said, you have to know the boundaries. They still have to understand that this is still my parent, I'm still the child, and we're not on the same level. But now you've seen that it's almost like a lot of them think they're on the same level. They go in the same places, they're partying, they're drinking together. Listen, I remember being up a level and going to party, and my mother coming to party, and all I got was a tap on my back. Two of us can be here. One have to go home. And since I'm the mother and the older one, boss it. We ain't partying together. And I hear senior they whining and thinking and jamming on man, and no. I'm not about to leave, so you have to leave. Are you seeing everybody just having a good time like nobody's business? As Marisha says, I'm not saying not to laugh with your children, but there must be a limit. There must be boundaries and discipline. It's like people are afraid. Y'all saw the post that I made yesterday. Well, it was not here, but I'm sure there are people who can relate to this. You know, having children, like the lady says, her stepson, she's afraid to speak to her stepson. You have a child in your house and you're afraid to talk to the child. You're afraid to talk to your child. She says, and he's only 12. My 12-year-old stepson is scaring me. He has violent outbursts over minor instances like losing a video game or being asked to clean his room. He has already wrecked his TV and switch and left a dent in the wall when it wasn't magically replaced. His mother can't handle him anymore, so he's with us 24/7. I'm pregnant and a stay-at-home mom. Okay. Yeah, so I'm at a stay-at-home mom, and to a 3-year-old, meaning I'm often left alone with my stepson while my husband is at work. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells and waiting for his next outburst. Counseling isn't helping, and last week he screamed in my face while I was holding my toddler because I asked him to clean off his muddy shoes before coming in. My husband feels helpless. He says we can't send his son away, but the professional help we are getting isn't enough. He's getting into fights at school, and I'm worried what is going to happen when he's expelled and home with me all day. So imagine a 12-year-old acting that way. And stepmother threw up her hands and says, I can't do this. Shipped him off to parents, to stepmother and father. And father is helpless, don't even know how to control him himself, don't even know how to deal with the situation himself. So imagine that. I don't know. It's like, I always give the story of the door being removed, right? Imagine at home and you playing woman talk to you and you can't say nothing, you can't answer, but in your mind you're cussing them out, and you turn around and slam room door. Come home from school and the room door was removed and replaced with a piece of curtain. Yo, y'all kids these days living on the dream life, y'all living the life, Imagine your parent removing the room door because you slammed their door that you didn't pay for, but you're playing man and woman in their place. They don't tell you nothing. They listen to you slam the door, come home from school, and walking into your room and you see a piece of curtain that you are to. Our parents were bullies, you know. Come to think of it. Imagine having a piece of curtain, the only means of privacy because you're walking away and slamming the people's door. They put the door below the house and you have a piece of curtain that you can. Oh, you slamming piece of, oh, you're walking away and slam piece of curtain. How you doing that? Children these days, y'all don't even know half of it. Y'all don't even know half of it. How do you slam curtain? You paying for doors? You have any doors here? You're working somewhere? All you do is go to school and eat out all the food in the house, and how you slamming door? Marisha says, one time I'm pouring out my tea and mommy say, come and move something there now. I swell up my face and pour back the tea in the pot. Get two slaps in the back. I can't talk for 5 minutes. Listen, and the thing about it is when they're slapping you in your back, they slap echoing in your chest, eh? It's like they put their whole hand, like they open the palm of their hand and they just put and they come from far, from that slap start all the way behind their head. And when you hear that pong in the middle of your back, it's like all your chest, you're hearing like an echo for minutes after it's echoing in your chest. Or you'll be in the kitchen and all you know, you get a lash of pot spoon behind your head. Or you just hear a pot fling behind you. Or you know them enamel cup? Listen. If you would never get a lash with an enamel cup, like turn your back and walk away, and then you just feel an enamel cup hit you on your shoulder blade. And it's like, I don't know if they used to play cricket or whatever, they never missed. They never missed. When they decide to pelt something behind you, they never miss. It always connected. Our parents were abusive. Up to this day, I still fear my parents, I swear. Anything they picked up, you're getting it. But at the end of the day, they made sure you had all your needs. And still had the audacity to ask you what you're crying for, if you get something to cry, if you want more. You're walking out now and you're seeing children in stores or... As a matter of fact, before you left the house, you and your parent had a conversation. Listen, we going to Granville. Don't ask for nothing. Don't touch nothing. So you already know the deal. Keep your hand in your pocket, stay on my side, don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing. You already know the deal. You could go out in public and you're seeing children screaming down the place, and parents are, no, Joshua, put that back, Josh. Hello. If you decide to act up wherever you are, you could be in a store, you could be on the bus, you're getting your mouth cough, or you're getting a thumb behind your head. And everybody will just look, smile, and turn their head. And like, yes. They'll just smile. It's like, yeah, you have this under control, mama. As a matter of fact, they didn't even have to do that. All they did was give you an eye. Like sometimes you get excited because you don't go out often. So you get a little outing, so you get excited and you start walking around and touching them people thing. And all you hear is, hey. And that eye set you straight for the next hour. You don't move, you don't sneeze, you don't breathe. You're almost like a young police. You're at attention by your mother's side. All they do is give you the eye. For them to hit you in public, that means you ain't catching the eye and you're pretending not to see the eye. So they decide, okay, you're playing you can't see. So then you get a thump in your back again to put you at attention. But most of the times, more times than not, they'll just give you the eye. Hey. And you know to set yourself straight. They had that eye that said everything. They didn't say one word, just looked at you. Once you catch the eye, you know to keep yourself quiet. Something that's abuse. Now folks are championing the rights of children, and it's abusive to beat. So I'm 27 years of age. My mother is overseas, and I can't even say she's on the phone with her. I can't swear around my mother. I swear I can't. Listen, my mother is here with me, and normally if I'm by myself, I'd be blasting my music, dancehall, all sorts of music obscenities. Imagine if my mother is driving with me in my vehicle. Anybody who knows me know when I'm driving, dancehall pumping hard, and clean what? Blasting my dance. These days I have to be listening soul music. I made sure I downloaded a couple soul and Afro beats. Whenever she's in my vehicle, that's what I'm playing. And I'm like, Jaja. Imagine big 40 plus over like me. It's like that respect was instilled that you can't depart from it. Like, when you turn down your music, well, in my vehicle, it's automatic. Once you're reversing, the music automatically turns down. So I went to pick her up home and I was blasting my music. And I'm like, when I get home, I'll change it. Right. But I was so caught up in it that, so I reversed in the yard and she came out, and the music, of course, automatically turns down. Once you put it in reverse gear, it turns down. And listen, she came in and I put the thing in drive, and as soon as it drove off, Jaja. It's like the one song part of a female body came in. And I'm sitting there embarrassed, like feeling a type of way, like, geez. And the quickness in which I changed it with. Like look at me driving and playing like a gospel and playing little R&B and soul, and like, let me drop this lady so I can listen throw back on my. So I have like two different. So now I had to do like two different flash drives because I want to be caught off guard like that again. But it just goes to show that when something is instilled in you, it's like it's hard to depart from it. Nice. Xavier, what you got? One time I got a postponed cut backside. Imagine she was too busy at the time when she informed me, don't feel to get away. Days after I get it. No, they don't ever forget it. They don't ever forget it. When they promise you're gonna get us some beating, don't get comfortable. Because the slightest thing, if you walk too hard, if you sniff too hard, if you touch something, that's a reminder. Oh, I remember I had to, and they just beat you. And sometimes they would beat your other brother or your other sibling, and you get some lash too, just in case you had any intention of doing what your sibling did. Like, oh, you could beat me and I didn't do anything. But just in case you had ideas or you plan to do something, let me just give you a little shake up. Let me just give you a little wetting. So before you plan or think about doing it, hold that. Yo, what? These people should have been in the army. I swear, our parents needed to be in the army. They would have been the perfect drill sergeants. Like, how do you just get up and decide, okay, my brother do something and let me beat you while I'm at it? In case you decide to do something stupid, you have ideas to what you got and how much more you could get. Listen. You're like stupidness. Sean says when my parents come over by me, I have to put on a reggae mix on YouTube. You see, that is respect. But now, our young people today, they don't seem to know the difference or when to switch on and off. There's some who couldn't care less. See them driving with their seatbelt all the way back, all the way, and they poor mother holding on tight to the door and they blasting some hard dance, all full obscenities, and the poor lady just there holding on to the door for dear life, and they behind and they hand all the way over here. Listen, I don't know if it's gonna get better because we have younger parents they themselves need parenting, and it's like some just can't be bothered. They give up easily at the first sign of a fight, first sign of, problems. They just give in, and it's like they're running around their house instead of running their house. You know, yeah, you got some just in case licks to start the school term, just in case. They had an answer for everything. They had a solution for everything, and it's not a case like now you have um no longer can you know corporal punishment is no longer acceptable in schools. Back in the day, the entire village had the authority and permission to give you a little wet in, a little warm up if they see you doing something you shouldn't be doing. Everybody, you have young people. I don't know. It's like I can't walk into a room and see people and not say good morning. And sometimes it's like second nature. And my friend I had visiting said that, like, why are you always telling people good morning and like greeting people? I'm like, I don't know. It's just like you don't even think twice about it. It just because listen, out there in the US, nobody tells you unless you're from the Caribbean. You walk into the train, you walk onto a bus, and everybody walking in with their head down in their phone. They sit right next to you, and they head automatically in. Nobody greets you. If somebody comes and sit next to you and they tell you good morning, bet your bottom dollar they're from the Caribbean, or they have some Caribbean parentage or something. So it's weird to them seeing you walking around like greeting everybody. I mean, walking, and if I pass three persons on the people from the car park to upstairs, it's good morning, good afternoon. It's just habitual. You see young people walking into your room, they see you and they're walking in, watching you in your eye. And they don't say anything. They come on the bus, they come into a room, and nothing, not a zilch. Imagine getting beaten by your parent because you passed and did not tell the neighbor good morning. And the thing about it is, before I go, I didn't even see the lady. But hear what you got beat for. Hear what you got beaten for. You don't have to see her. You're passing in front of the lady door. You have to borrow, like if the lady name is Miss Kizzy. Whether you see her or not, when you're passing, shout out, "Good morning, Miss Kizzy." The lady inside she house behind she curtain, Me, I didn't see her. So I'm like, let me see Sheila, let me go on my business. I'm late for school already. Come home and you have a lash waiting for you because I pass. And everything is you're playing woman and you're playing woman, you pass Miss So and so, and you went tell her morning. But I didn't see her. You don't have to see her. So I'm like, I'm saying morning to the house now. Just say good morning, whether you see her or not. You have to, like, the time you leave your home, if you have 4 houses on the right, 5 on the left, tell everybody when you walk in, good morning, Miss So-and-so. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. And the lady was peeping behind her blind, saw me pass, went and bring home the news that I passed and didn't greet her. So here, collect some lash for that. Listen. Say, as kids, we used to take cut and mind our business. Patrice knew this well. That's why she changed it to drink water and minding her business. Because you're getting licked, so minding people's business too. Now, after 22 years of living in the US, I still go ahead greeting everyone. Some answer in shock and some ignore. It's okay. I'm not going to change because of that. Every evening you had to say good morning, Miss Edna. Good evening, Miss Edna. They're running in full speed. I tell your parents to give pass on you and tell them morning. That people like that was wicked too, Oh, big woman as you go down and make complaint against a child. Big woman, older woman than me by how many years you going to complain about a child passing and not telling you good morning. But jokes aside, it's either we want to head down the road that we're seeing our neighboring islands at. Stefan, I'm on a bus tearing up, trying not to laugh while listening to you. No, it's funny, but it's serious. So we can decide. We can sit and just let it flow. Just go with the flow and see where we end up, or we can take action and take control where we end up. Which one is it going to be? Let me take this quick one before I go. Morning.
You save the best for last.
Mm-hmm.
So this may be a very unpopular opinion,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a fact that a theory should be tested.
Mm-hmm.
The direction that we have, this diminishing morals among our youth, I think they have a lack of example.
Mm-hmm.
So if, in fact, corporal punishment has been abandoned by the school system, when we want to correct our trend, by example, let the parents take the licks for the child in front of the child. And we will see who have more shame between the child and the parents. Correct them. If they can't take correction from the teachers, no problem. I don't believe in abuse by the teachers at all. When I grew up, as you said, the community can discipline me.
Mm-hmm.
Not just my parents, not just my teacher. If I do something wrong, my teacher gives me a cut skin. A parent in the school here, they tell the neighbor, but neighbor give me a cut skin. Parents reach home, the first parent reach home, that one give me a cut skin. And when the mother says, wait till your father get home, that's the one you don't want to get. We don't have that fear instilled in us, and it's discipline. It's not a matter of abuse, it's a matter of discipline. You know if you're doing something wrong, whether it be morally accepted, no or not, it is considered wrong by your family. You would avoid it. It's psychological. Avoid it. But no, you want to listen to music late, go out and party when it's like function of the parents in the same set. You are a teenager, go in recognize what you and your parents doing in the same set.
Mm-hmm.
Children making children, that is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Kids making kids. Oh, we don't have enough men in the household. Man, they don't make a difference. It's the same problem we're having.
Mm-hmm.
What? When I was growing up, my parents used to beat me at one time. I'll never beat my child. That helped bring a lot of us straight and narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to those hot skin in the bathroom before you go to school. Your skin warm. You know for sure. Not to go on Skylark on the school day, reach and stone.
You ever get a lash of wet? You ever get a lash of wet rag in the bathroom on your back, right?
I'm telling you, you're scratching the whole morning until lunch. What do you sure know about that?
A wet rag in the middle of your back while you're in the bathroom wasting time instead of
And
bathing.
nobody can see it. The worst is when you get across the crack in your bum and nobody don't know you're getting licks. Licks! What you doing that for? After a while, it's like, okay, you know what? I get enough. I'm tired. I ain't going and stoning the neighbor fruits. Pretty last me, a lot of these things is because it's become norm. Don't correct your child. We need to instill correction by everyone. Some things worked back then. We should instill them again.
Gotcha, man. Alrighty.
Beat the parents.
Beat the parents. Later.
Detox.
Beat the parents. Yeah, that wet lash of toilet on your back, you should scratch. I ain't lying. You just scratch your body all day. And you can't, when you sit down on them chairs, your hand can't reach in the back to scratch it for yourself. All day you're uncomfortable. You want to scratch your back. That's a thought. That's a food for thought. Beat the parents. Yeah. Beat the parents. Anyways, guys, as always, we bung away for the whole segment, but it was for a good cause. I'll see you guys tomorrow, final one for the week. Hopefully we'll stay on track. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for contributing. Thank you so much for adding your voice to the conversation. As always, we appreciate you. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much, Beacon Insurance and Western Union, for powering up our Wednesday.